Hello everyone, here we have a posting from Discussion Whatever Hater115 on his Discord. Link to this is in my first pinned comment below. And take this with a grain of salt, Hater115 is usually well informed, but we don't have very clear confirmations. Substack update, community manager calls updates to progress tracker nearly impossible due to fluid priorities. Okay, does this sound like not having a plan, not having a concept? My apologies for the deletion earlier. I wanted to make this post a bit clearer. The above article was updated with the following information. This post has several major takeaways relevant to the information above. They are: the speculated PU migration was downplayed. This should see a large contingent of gameplay teams now coming back to focus on Star Citizen, Senior Game Director. Recontextualization it as a fluid distribution between both projects. The split between the two is still fluid, essentially confirming some of what's mentioned above. Developers are actively getting thrown between both projects at random, unplanned intervals. Last year at CitizenCon, Chris said Squadron 42 is feature complete and they moved a lot of developers back from Squadron 42 to the PU, and now it looks like not really. This is actually what I and many other people have already thought. CRG does not yet have a solid plan for 1.0 despite all of production figuring it out for 7 months. Meaning the early leaked roadmap described by the senior game director, Chris and I have overseen the creation of a roadmap that takes us all the way up to 1.0, has not solidified and has likely changed. CRG is talking about 1.0 quite often recently. To me this sounds like whistling in the dark. I don't think there's any hope for a decent 1.0 release in the next 5 years, and even 5 years from now is really stretching it. I hope that CRG will not release a half-baked, buggy, laggy 1.0. The whole industry will make fun of CRG. This will be worse than Redfall. Please Chris, don't do this. Do not release a terrible 1.0. We want Star Citizen to become a fantastic and fun game. And don't get me started to talk about a roadmap. We had a roadmap before in Star Citizen, but CRG removed this February 2022 and called us Roadmap Watcher. Now we only have a release view for the very next patch, and we have progress tracker that does not track any progress. There were items on previous roadmaps that are still not in the game. For example, hacking tier 0 was on the roadmap for 3.13. Or dynamic door and ramp alignment, very important because terrain is not flat, was on a 3.16 roadmap for December 2021, and they vanished into the void like many other items that were on previous roadmaps. Squadron 42 is not content complete yet. Squadron is now hurtling towards content complete.
As you may have guessed, and Brian Chambers may have let slip a bit earlier, we are feature complete on Squadron 42.
Now, I was told there's a difference between feature complete and content complete, whatever it might be, but at any rate, Squadron 42 is still not content complete. But it's hurtling towards it. So take this as whatever you think about it. Due to fluid development, it is nearly impossible to show a schedule like the progress tracker, describing teams as needing to be way more nimble than they were in the past, likely confirming issues with staffing and attrition as mentioned above. Why not just pull the plug and remove the progress tracker, because it does not track progress. All you can see in the progress tracker is someone was working on something for a certain amount of time. You cannot see how far along the project is. You cannot see how close it is to be finished. So why have a progress tracker? And don't call it a roadmap if we only have a release view for the very next patch. Maybe just remove this instead of having this circus. Just a thought. Thank you very much for Hater115 giving us this insight. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. And sprint. Okay. Okay. I didn't expect this. We just destroyed our Titan. I mean, even...
Attention. I have...
Okay, you wouldn't believe what just happened. I heard attention. Did I get a crime? I got a crime stat for this. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.